Husky Fat Promotions.
Yep, here we go. Fight number 2 on the main card tonight. Mr. Joel Guzman, as he pointed out. You know, Latino fighters, as you know, so different. So different, right? We think about guys like in boxing, Oscar de la Hoya, Trinidad. The emergence of Latino fighters changed boxing, I think, for the better. We think about things like speed. We think about things like culture. Overall, Emmanuel Rivera, when you look at Latino fighters and what they have done for combat sports, what's been the biggest significant break to you?
Well, I mean, I think that they all show that we have the heart, we have toughness. You know, they're known for our grittiness, and you know, it's an honor to be, a fighter, a Hispanic fighter. And I just love the culture. I love my people, and regardless of what happens tonight, it's going to be a great fight here.
Well, we just saw it in the UFC, right? First female champion from Mexico.
Yes, Alexa Grasso, you got to be proud of that. That is a huge accomplishment, especially beating someone like Shevchenko. When no one gave Alexa a chance, she went out there and was able to finish. So, shout out to Alexa and the Hispanic community.
Well, and Shevchenko, no slouch. I mean, that was not going to be a pushover champion to beat. That was no paper champion. Grasso did that.
Absolutely. Shevchenko is a long-time champion, a girl that looked unbeatable for a while. And, when you talk about unbeatable people, Adesanya, Nunes, Shevchenko, all these unbeatable Guzman, right?
Husky Fat Promotions.
But you are not unbeatable. You are not immortal, right? You are human. So you got to keep that in mind going into these fights.
We're going to be looking at it. Look, pro 3-minute rounds is a little bit different, obviously, than what we've been looking at for most of the night with the 2-minute rounds. It's got to be difficult to make that initial jump, but these guys have a little bit of experience, well, at least Guzman does. Adkins making his pro debut, going from 2 minutes to 3 minutes. What's the biggest difference, Emmanuel?
Well, Derrick,
CHAPO.
And his opponent tonight, fighting out of the CHAPO in the red corner, is a former MMA champion, former boxing champion, making his professional kickboxing debut out of Edmond, Oklahoma, representing Raptor Jiu-Jitsu.
Adkins just looks like the poster child for what an Irish guy looked like back in the 1800s fighting somebody.
Yeah, Derrick Adkins, I have some history with Derrick. Him and I were main training partners in my career, mixed martial arts career. He was the grappler, I was the striker. We helped each other in that aspect. And, Derrick has made a lot of leaps and bounds with his striking, stopping, doing a boxing match against Bo Gibbs and stopping Bo Gibbs, the undefeated Bo Gibbs. So don't count Derrick out. This guy does have some striking.
Round number 1, second in our co-main event, I guess is what we could call it. El Chapo is in the, we'll say, multicolored trunks.
Yes.
Adkins in the black with the, we'll call it, blue trim trunks tonight.
Derrick Adkins has a lot of experience in martial arts in general, whether it's grappling, whether it's boxing, whether it's mixed martial arts. This guy has a lot of experience, and he has great hands, great pressure, and he has an awkward style that is hard to deal with.
And you can hear a lot of stomping around, right? He's making some big steps. You worked with him. Is that part of his blueprint?
Yeah, I think he's just taking those steps for those angles.
Oh, a couple of good shots right there. Saw a little bit of that quickness from Adkins. Maybe underestimated by El Chapo.
Possibly, Derrick's definitely the leaner guy. CHAPO looks like he might have some power behind those punches, but I think Derrick might have the quickness here in this bout.
Nice little inside there. The guy's getting it going. Leaning in now. Nice. Good shot there by El CHAPO. But Adkins eats that punch really well, Emmanuel.
Yeah, absolutely. He has experience, and he's not a guy that took a lot of damage in his career, so I think that helps coming into future fights, especially in the kickboxing when you're taking those hits constantly.
That transition from MMA to kickboxing has got to be so difficult. If you were his coach and trainer, what would you be telling him, Emmanuel?
I would absolutely be telling him to work that jab. Derrick has a great jab. I think they had some headbutting issues there. They had some good sportsmanship, talked to each other there. But yeah, Derrick needs to work that jab and hit those angles and get some more kicks going.
And right now, a little bit of I don't want to call it sloppy, but not exactly clean from what we've seen so far tonight, especially given.
Well, Derrick Adkins has a weird style that is hard to deal with. I've sparred him many times. He does not have the traditional kickboxing style. He has a very weird style. The punches come from different angles.
And it was really good, too, because you saw him with that block. There it is. Good counter. And another one right there. Caught him on the chin again. But CHAPO, you got to give it to him. Eating those shots.
I think they both caught each other there.
Good left.
Oh.
Parry that one away. Such an odd-looking fight right now, though, Emmanuel.
And that's how Derrick fights. He's, again, an awkward style that is very effective. And I know a couple guys that have that kind of style that are grapplers and come in and start doing striking. They pick up this certain style that is not traditional. It is very hard to deal with, and it can come from different angles. But, CHAPO definitely having some pressure there, landing some clean shots. Derrick Adkins, same, but I'm not sure who took that round.
The worm. Well, at least he tried to do the worm. Gotta love him, though.
the ring guy trying to do the worm. It looked like he was having some muscle spasms rather than the worm, but yeah, he's trying to keep it comical for sure.
I mean, not that I can dance or anything. Now you get a couple down me, it's weird, man. I get loose. Straight up, though, white boy syndrome. Round number 2. Tough first round to call so far. A bit of an awkward fight. Let's see if these guys can maybe straighten it out. Oh, what a shot from Derrick Adkins. Lands flush. Even though CHAPO ate it, you got to feel he was affected by that one, Emmanuel.
Absolutely. You saw the head turn and the sweat flying off, but he took it very well.
Good left, though, straight on there by CHAPO. One thing I'm seeing from CHAPO is when punches are coming in, I don't want to say he's scary, but he certainly kind of has a weird way of trying to avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's trying to turn into those or away from those punches, which can leave him open a little bit, so he's got to be careful.
There's an art that people don't understand behind taking a punch, behind taking a kick. How did you learn and figure out, hey, I can eat a shot?
Beautiful body shot by Derrick Adkins. I think it's through training. You want to condition, again, conditioning your legs, conditioning your body. Oh.
Yeah, it's getting sloppy here. Second round. Of course, we've seen a lot of slippage tonight. And it could be maybe partially the mat, but...
Could be. It definitely looked like a weird slip there by CHAPO.
Probably about midway through right now, the second round. A little bit of a different fight. From a professional's perspective, you don't view this as sloppy right now?
Yeah, they're getting a little sloppy trying to land those big punches.
How do you get your guy out of that? He's into I just want to land that big knockout blow How do you get him out of that, Emmanuel?
Yeah, you got to remind them between rounds to stay composed and pick your shots, not to try to land every knockout shot. You got to, ooh. Beautiful leg kick by Guzman. Derrick catching it.
You got the guy from Tekken behind us, or Mortal Kombat.
Nice body. Good body shots by Derrick Adkins. But Joel Guzman taking it well.
Inside now. There it is. Adkins lands one clean. And he went for the Superman punch there to no avail. Tough rounds to call right now. Boy, it's just... Yeah, you can hear CHAPO talking to him. Probably telling him to chill.
Ooh. I think that left leg of Guzman is starting to take some of that damage.
Oh, clean. Guzman there. Yeah, but Adkins right back at it. It's just so weird. I'm watching Adkins. There's no real defense in terms of a stance that's traditional of any kind. You talked about it being weird. He's down. He's got his... There's just nothing to it. There's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it works. You know, Derrick has always fought that way. He fought that way against Bo Gibbs. You know, Bo Gibbs was 18 or 19 and 0, a big boxing prospect. Derrick taking that fight with just minimal boxing, and it's just a weird style. You're right. It's not traditional. It's not. It doesn't look the prettiest either. But you see some of those shots landing in weird angles.
Well, getting the job done is getting the job done. But if you're in El Chapo's corner right now, what are you telling Guzman to try and counteract this?
Yeah, you have to have Derrick go on his back foot. You can't have him move forward, because if he moves forward, he gets in his rhythm. So I would tell Guzman to start landing more leg kicks and start being tricky going up to the top.
Third and final round, 3 minutes left in this one. Do you feel like Guzman's got to come with a knockout to win this fight?
I think he does. You know, Derrick's been landing the cleaner shots.
No.
And
came with a left, but man, Adkins right back at him with a couple of clean ones.
Now he's starting to read Guzman, because you see Guzman dipping to the right side every time Derrick comes in, and Derrick is starting to read that.
And Guzman is giving him his back right now as well, Emmanuel.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give your back to Derrick Adkins. He will find a shot. Good left hook there by Guzman.
One thing we really haven't seen from either guy is a whole lot of clinching. Of course, it happens now, but we haven't seen a whole lot of that, man.
They haven't. You know, I think that Derrick knows that, you know, Guzman is probably a strong guy. He doesn't want to stay in the clinch with him. He wants to move around, and it's working being on the outside. So I think that he needs to stick to the game plan and pick those shots from the outside, coming into the body and with that left hook, and then coming up top with that left hook.
But clinching can help, though, in kickboxing and Muay Thai, right? Because you can use your knees when you're on the inside. So why wouldn't you maybe have El Chapo utilize that a little more?
Yeah, absolutely. I think CHAPO needs to be on the inside for sure, throwing those knees to the body. But I'm not sure about the rules. I don't think that you can reinforce the knees. Oh.
There's a clean shot there from Adkins. Another guy really, to me, trying to put this thing away, but just kind of having the same fight that they've had for the first 2 rounds. Nice little shot there, and well, we've seen that a bunch of times. Trying to get under him, used to maybe that MMA style where if somebody comes under you, you can grab him and take him down and go to the ground with him.
Yeah, you know, it's a technique that it definitely wears on the fighter that's going down. You know, going up and down is the most tiring thing. You can tell Guzman is slowing down a little bit.
Inside now, probably about a minute maybe left in this one. You can tell he was trying to hold him up there. He really wanted to go for that right there, Emmanuel.
Yeah, absolutely. Good knees by Derrick Adkins in the clinch there, putting the pressure on Guzman, catching every kick that Guzman has been throwing.
And you can, good shot there to the chin from Adkins. Guzman now having to lean up against the ropes for a little bit of cushion to keep him upright. And that one is not going to count either. You know, both guys wanting it, that's for sure. Good left there by Guzman. Oh, strong shot to the midsection. seconds, and Adkins caught him with a couple, but he really didn't stay clean.
Derrick Adkins stunning him with a couple hooks there.
But he wasn't able to get that killer instinct. He had him, but probably 2-1 in this one, maybe 3-0. I think my partner feels like Adkins is going to take that fight. To me, it's a tough one to call. Pretty sloppy. Overall, you'd probably have to give it for Adkins. Just seemed to be a little bit more in control of the fight. Landed some cleaner shots in the end, but Guzman certainly held his own. Couple of clean lefts. Again, obviously the judges, myself and my colleague, not have seen eye to eye a whole lot tonight. We're going to turn it over to Matt Ems with the official decision, and then shortly after, Emmanuel Rivera with the post-fight interview. I am Drew Duncan. We are live in Edmond, Oklahoma. Kick Me, I'm Irish. Portion of the proceeds going to Cleats for Kids. Your gently used cleats. Give it up for donations to those who want to play sports but cannot afford new cleats. Turn it over to Matt Ems with the official's decision.
All right, this fight was scored by Judge Michael Scott, 30-27, Judge Chris Ritter, 29-28, and Judge Gary Ritter, 29-28, in a unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Mr.
Husky Fat Promotions.